Executive Overreach, President Trump's directive to subordinate independent federal agencies. On February 18, 2025, President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order titled Ensuring Accountability for All Agencies, aiming to consolidate control over federal independent agencies by subjecting them to presidential oversight. This directive mandates that independent agencies, such as the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, and the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, submit proposed regulations for presidential review prior to finalization. The order asserts that these agencies should not be exempt from executive supervision, citing Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution. It also amends the Clinton-era Executive Order 12866, which previously excluded independent agencies from the regulatory review process managed by the Office of Management and Budget, OMB. The current administration contends that this move will align the regulatory activities of independent agencies with the president's policy priorities, ensuring consistency across the executive branch. However, critics argue that this action undermines the autonomy of these agencies, potentially compromising their ability to operate free from political influence. Legal challenges are anticipated, as this order represents a significant shift in the balance of power between the executive branch and independent regulatory bodies. In addition to regulatory oversight, the executive order grants the President and the Attorney General the authority to provide definitive interpretations of the law for the executive branch. This centralization of legal interpretative power aims to prevent agencies from issuing conflicting legal positions. The order stipulates that no executive branch employee may advance an interpretation of the law that contradicts the positions of the President or the Attorney General, unless expressly authorized. This provision has raised concerns about the potential suppression of dissenting legal opinions within federal agencies and the erosion of checks and balances that are fundamental to the U.S. governmental system. Furthermore, the order subjects the budgets of independent agencies to oversight by the OMB to ensure that taxpayer dollars are spent in alignment with the administration's objectives. This budgetary control could influence the operational independence of these agencies, as financial resources are critical to their ability to execute their mandates effectively. The administration asserts that this measure will enhance accountability and efficiency within the federal government. However, detractors warn that it may lead to the politicization of agencies that were intentionally designed to function independently to serve the public interest without undue political pressure. This executive order is part of a broader effort by the administration to assert greater presidential control over the federal bureaucracy. It reflects the principles of the unitary executive theory, which posits that the president possesses the authority to control the entire executive branch. Proponents argue that such control is necessary for effective governance and accountability. In contrast, opponents contend that it poses a threat to the independence of regulatory agencies and the rule of law, potentially leading to an overconcentration of power in the executive branch. As this situation develops, it is expected that legal challenges will arise, potentially leading to significant judicial decisions that will define the scope of executive power and the independence of federal agencies. The outcome of these challenges will have profound implications for the structure and functioning of the U.S. government, particularly concerning the separation of powers and the autonomy of regulatory bodies.